things that are going on in the industry. We're afraid of saying anything to any of our youngsters.
Look at the athletes. It's crickets. You don't hear anything from the athlete. You hear anything? Somebody, get along.
I heard LeBron James
say but why is it a whisper? Why is it a whisper?
I'm afraid for my son's lives. And that was it, pretty much.
And why is that a whisper? That should not be a whisper. That should be a scream, because he's talking about his son's lives. That should be a scream. It shouldn't be a whisper that LeBron James gave $40 million to help black people go to school. You know, that's a whisper. Right. We don't know if it's true or not, but you heard it through the grapevine, and you hear a lot of people talking about that. And it's like, we should not be whispering that our little black children are getting killed, that many millions of families are being destabilized because they're killing the black fathers. It should not be acceptable that this white dude that only took about 14 to 19 weeks to get a badge and to put on his little uniform to dog us, break the laws, act above the law, to do anything to say I'm bigger, better than you, you mother, whatever. And then we just like take it, and then after we take it, we can't even get justice because they don't listen to us, because we already have an image portrayed about us as being low down, no good, and we don't value each other.
Absolutely. The value is not there.
The value. And the brothers don't look at a brother like a king. This is a king. I'm not going to act a certain way around you because I respect you. I'm going to talk a certain way around you because I respect you. If your family is around, I'm going to respect that family. You know, it's not about just, I'm bigger than you, king of the hill.
I got more money than you. I got influence, whatever it may be.
Exactly. It's about enriching each other. And I heard Damon Dash say this, which was really cool. His whole idea of enrichment was about everybody gets rich. Not just a couple of them get rich, and then you got all these poor people. Please give me alms, He's like, if everybody is rich, he said, even if he falls out of that rich circle, that he can get a little bit out of each one, and now he's rich and it didn't even hurt them.
Absolutely.
So we just got to get a new perspective when it comes to blackness.
So the solution for black people in dealing with the police brutality and everything that's going on in this day and age, what is the solution?
The solution is that we need to get organized. Once we get organized, once we get these little lazy ass
Black Panther organized?
No, I mean organized in the sense of what do we do with the power that we have. And we need the venues. These churches get about $36 million in a collection plate every Sunday. This is Sunday that we're doing this on. So they about $36 million they collect every week. Now, if we go to a church right now, with the exception of some, not all, but the exception of some, most of them will say that we have to pay a certain amount in order to rent a certain venue. If you say, well, sister, I want to do this to help little brothers understand what it is, how to be empowered even if you come up in a fatherless home. Or a sister might say, well, I want to show little sisters how to take care of their personal hygiene. It can be any of those things. But if you go to a church, I guarantee you it's going to be a price on it. It ain't like, we about that. And the churches, most churches, unless they have a nursery school, they're closed until it's time for Bible study or choir rehearsal or regular church.
Absolutely.
The church is one of the entities that continue to keep our people dumbed down, to keep them in fear, because they continue to wave that little white Jesus, that little hippie, sexy,
or whatever that is,
Michael Jackson looking Jesus around. And it's like, I don't understand. Religion has nothing to do with color. We are the only people on the planet, black folks, I'm talking about black folks, that worship a God that doesn't look like ourselves.
Absolutely. Even the Chinese have lightened the Buddha and made his hair straight.
Exactly.
When it's known to be nappy and
yes.
Absolutely.
We are we are, and if they knew they understood, see, they've been Europeanized.
Absolutely.
So, because the Buddha definitely has nappier than mine.
Right.
So, but it's really when it comes down to it comes down to understanding that we've been a people that have been deceived ever since we set foot on the land. We are not friends with white supremacy. We are not, you can't like, hey, come on, let's forgive, let's forget. That's the first thing a black man wants to do. But that white man, if he did that exactly like the black man did it, we could get peace. But this, when I'm talking about white supreme...
is forgiveness an option?
I think forgiveness has its time and its place. Forgiveness is out of time when my brother just gets shot in the head, or my sister gets raped in a jail cell, or my brother gets his spinal cord, like Freddie Gray. What the hell happened to that? Like the Sandra Bland. What happened? She did what? All of that to me is crazy. And if we continue just like after Trayvon gets killed, that we just say, well, that's just what happens, and there's crickets. It's just like, I think Serena Williams, she's on my page also, but I think she just put up that when we don't speak out, silence, like Martin Luther King said, silence then becomes betrayal. So when we betray each other,
Serena Williams had that on her page.
Yes. She's a black conscious woman. She's I think she just put it out today. And when we have all of this money, all of this power, all of this authority, and we don't use it, I'm like, well, how can you allow somebody? You don't see Italians allowing getting killed, because what? Italy will come to their rescue.
Absolutely. If they have a nation.
Exactly. They got some backup. The black man in America ain't got he doesn't even back up himself. So when you see these people that hate us, when they see this and they say they don't even care about each other, they ain't gonna miss another black man that's dead, which is erroneous. So we need to, as a black community, we need to come together to form. We ain't gonna get everybody, because some people will die Negroes. Some people still love their slave masters.
Absolutely.
Some people still hate black people, and they're black themselves, and that's the way that they'll die, because they're so screwed up that they won't ever come together with us. But the good thing about it, they're less than those that want to come together and organize. But we have to get those who want to come together and organize the way that, and Dr. Anderson says this better than anybody, I think, when he talks about we need to put things in place such as our financial stability, all of those things. We need to learn martial arts. We need to learn different etiquette. We need to learn how to eat correctly. We need to learn real estate, how to...
That's interesting you said that, because that's my whole position behind creating my newest book, The Secret, the Ball and Journey. It's all based around natural law principles, and from what I understand from studying natural law is that there has to be balance. There has to be certain laws that are not broken in order to move beyond what we've done in the past, where we don't trust each other, where we can start building trust with one another when we start living by the natural law of the land.
Yes.
God's law.
They have to be exposed to that first.
So see, that was my whole purpose behind the book, is to expose people to natural law principles. And so that's why we're going to go around. That's why we're going to speak and do different things. And then we got the movie, The Secret, the Ball and Journey, which you're also in. Yes. And that's the whole that's the purpose behind what we're doing.
And that's what we need more behind, more things like purpose. I just heard a couple of all these hip hop artists. They put this long video together, and I was like, I'm not spending one more penny, 1 cent on another hip hop artist that has not opened his mouth to stop or to change or to improve the condition of the black man. Not one more entertainer, not one more singer or musician or any of them that are not standing up. I ain't talking about the ones that's on the Chitlin circuit that's scraping to make it.
And that has to do with movies as well. Movies as well. I mean,
exactly.
Like these people are profiting, making so much money off our people. By selling us just an image of
whatever
chaos,
they
want us to think, the gangbanging image. You know what I'm saying? There's people still to this day that have songs about gangbanging, still talking about killing other black men,
exactly,
beating other black men up,
exactly.
And this is what's going on today.
Exactly.
Look at what's going on today, and you tell me if that makes any sense to anybody.
It doesn't make.
If it makes sense to you, then
it's crazy.
It's stupid.
I think that people that continue, like, and even I think the N-word, when you say the N-word, I think that is so stupid. Because when you say, not you, but anybody that says the N-word, I'm still gonna think nigga. So don't say N-word to me, because you making me think the word I don't want to think. You know? So if you still calling each other nigga, sit your ass down. That's just sit your ass down. If you still saying nigga this, nigga that, the nigga this, nigga that, sit your ass down, because all you doing is taking us backwards. We got some great comedians. They have you cracking up, but it's all at the expense of pushing the black man backward. I don't want to hear another comedian talk about nigga this, nigga that, nigga this, nigga that. It ain't funny, it ain't cute, but it's something that makes you feel that you're funnier and you got a command of your talent if you use nigga this, nigga that. Gangster rap, same thing, you know. Come on, man. I'm tired of hearing that. You might be like, what I'm gonna say, Negro, be creative. You're a creative, incredible individual. Find out a way that we can uplift and empower instead of continue.
People clown out. They don't know that, you know, it takes discipline, because I'm also a person that has used that word often in just regular conversation.
We all have.
And so it takes discipline to even get to the level where you're conscious of what you're saying.
And that's what they want you to be like that, because most of the stuff that we learn is nothing but distractions.
Absolutely.
They're distractions. Distraction, what is it distracting us from? Our individual power, our greatness, our real purpose on this earth. So they keep us distracted. Every time the black man comes together, we get distracted with a football game. You know, a football is the biggest holiday in America.
Right.
It's the biggest holy day in America, football. So all the food that we eat and the places that we go, the baseball, the this and that now. And then you got these people that have with this empirical attitude, the ones that look down and never ever to this day look at black men and black women as being equal to white men and white women and their families. They don't look at us as equal. As a matter of fact, they hate the idea of ever becoming equal, all men becoming equal, because then they'll be on an even playing field. And they don't want that. They was like, shit, no, we run this. So they want to maintain status quo.
Right.
But if you have Negroes just driving around in their, big ride, and got the lady that she's, the sister today is looking more and more like a European woman than she is an African woman. She hates her skin. She wants to bleach that. That's like in many countries, bleaching cream is still the #1 cosmetic sold. Damn. Because they're still psyched out and they're still filled with self-hatred. You know, the people that look at all our celebrities, brilliant, change the nose. They didn't want the nose, oh, my nose is too big, it's too wide, it's too black, or whatever, my lips. But then when you look at Susie, she wants to get her lips filled. She wants her breasts to be bigger. She wants a bigger butt in the back. And these are the very same things that media used to make fun of the black woman. And now the white woman, and I'm talking about again these racist assholes. I ain't talking about regular people. I'm talking about racists. They want everything that the black woman has. And then you got some very uninformed white people too. They ain't all smart. They want to get everything. They don't like everything on them. They want to get what's with the things that we have on us naturally. Like, I mean, look how big the business of tanning beds are.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I mean, look at Donald Trump with his orange ass. You know, it's just a constant, George Hamilton, the same thing. Always, because it's black is beautiful.
Absolutely.
Black is beautiful. And if you don't think so, sit your ass down.
Tell them where they can reach you at.
You can reach me at Dr. Zarif at drzarif.com. Go on and join up now on my new site. Not the one that has Dr. Sabi on it, but it's I am unapologeticallyblack.com. I am unapologeticallyblack.com. And unapologeticallyblack.com goes to the website. But for my Facebook, stay on top of it. Don't be afraid. Go out there and stand up for your family. Let's protect our children. Let's protect the way that we feel about each other and the way that we treat each other. And I know that sounds corny to some of you, but that's because you still have Negro in you, and we're going to work on that. But in the meantime, sit your ass down. So go on Facebook and look for Unapologetically Black, and look for a little black brother there, and you'll see some sisters in the background with the Black Power sign.
Absolutely. Keep it up for a minute. Absolutely. Yo, this is another edition of the Hip Hop Motivation Show. Shout out to my boy Dame out there.
Dame.
You know, we doing it, man. We just over here, this is Facebook Live. Man,
yeah, we really expect that you got something from this, because we doing it for us, everybody. We ain't just doing it just to be live.
It's not a profit situation. This is more just to build with the community. You know, this is why Starbucks is very popular with others. You know, we have to get back into communicating with one another, coming together, talking about a few issues and ironing some things out.
That's right.
Building trust. You know, communication builds trust.
And brothers, let me say this before we go. If you are a young man and you're confused about being a young man and you're attracted to another man, you really need to start listening to more of black men, even more so today, because you're probably confused. The LGBT system is very, very powerful. If you're a lady, a black lady that's interested in other black women, I mean, this is a very difficult and hard thing to discuss. However, I want you to keep this in mind. Two men cannot procreate a baby. Two women cannot procreate a baby. That means that you are participating in black genocide. You're not helping us to procreate more children and to increase the population, because you drank the Kool-Aid that now you in love with another girl, and now that you in love with another guy. This system that is set up is purposely ephemerizing the boys and is making women more masculine. If you are in a relationship, young sister, and regardless of your age, if you are so fortunate enough to have a man, his masculinity is accentuated by your femininity. We love a feminine queen. We don't need to be boxing with another dude. So if you are a person that is authoritative and you're independent and you're strong and you got your own thing going on, do all of that, but don't lose the femininity. And brothers, men are super, super special. You are or should allow yourself to get involved with things that are more masculine. That's why we're setting up these workshops. Go on to I Am Unapologetically Black and sign up there, because we really, really and truly want you to understand how we appreciate you as a man. Not a man that wants to be a woman, a man. There it is.
There it is. You heard it from the best, Dr. Zarif. Always a pleasure.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Always
Thank
a
you.
pleasure.
It's been beautiful.
Yo, this is Kenyatta with Hip Hop Motivation. First of all, I want to tell everybody out there, thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing to our YouTube page. And if you haven't liked, commented, or subscribed to our YouTube page, make sure you do so. Stay in tune. We have a lot more to come. Peace. Yo, you can either think of a master plan or get mastered by somebody else's plan. Check it. As a barber, one of the most important life lessons I learned is to never do anything without seeing the ending result first. Before I understood the value of seeing results, I used to waste a lot of time sometimes doing double work because I didn't have a vision of where I was going. Then I started taking consultations more serious by not even turning on my clippers until I had a clear understanding of the result my client was planning to see. And in turn, it became easier to achieve the style they wanted to see in half the time. Real talk, the most successful barbers and beauticians are the ones that see the ending results before they start any service. Write this down. Before making any moves, know where you're going. Deciding from thoughts of being sick and tired of something, starting something, or admiring something can be the emotions that fuel change. Because write this down. Emotion leads to passion, passion leads to action, and action leads to results. Word up. Question: what's the number one killer of dreams? If you said fear, you're wrong. Fear is on the list, but it's not the number one killer. The number one killer of dreams is comfort. The comfort of a good paying job or in an active relationship can seduce us for many years into the rhythm of accepting things without making any moves to change, further numbing us into a state of zombie-like passiveness. Write this down. Passiveness will cause your dreams to pass you by.
Dash thing. Nah, I don't want to chill out, bro. You know what I want to do? Believe in yourself. Build your own personal wealth. Then that becomes personal health. Think I'm rhyming. How about that?
Everything go down here. Just gotta, know what I mean, be a little smart.
I see you grooving right now. I was in my groove. Yeah. I started daydreaming. I started thinking about something.
I'm a musician.
Yeah, exactly.
I like to spend all kinds of money. I like the dollar, I like the euro, I like the pound, I like the franc pause, I like the yen.